Hi guys, how are you this week? So, have you ever been asked what your hobby is or what you're passionate about, and then you'd be like, you just freeze, and you would be like, wait, my hobby? I don't know. I don't really have a hobby. I mean, I'm good at this, I'm good at that. I can do this, I can do that, and maybe I like doing this, maybe I like doing that. So, you're not really sure what your hobby is, or you don't even know what your hobby is. But trust me, you are not alone. A lot of people don't really know. They don't even give time to even figure out what their hobby is. And the thing is that hobbies have really a huge impact in your life, even in your job. Think about your feeling after you have done something you love, something that you are very passionate about, something that you enjoy doing to the extent that you even forget to eat, you even forget to drink, you just want to do that. It makes you feel more energized, it makes you feel more alive, it makes you feel happy, and this is going to reflect on your life, on your job. So, yeah, it is really important for a person to actually consider their hobby. And the thing is, there are a lot of people who don't really see. For me, there are really like three reasons I see why people don't really practice their hobby or even think about their hobby. The first reason is people always say that they don't have time. They don't have the time to actually practice their hobby, even if they know that they what their hobby is, they don't have the time to practice it. But the thing is, if a doctor told you that you need to go to the gym, and or maybe you need to take a walk every day for 30 minutes, and that's like something that is going to change your health to the to the better, are you going to do it or not? If the doctor told you personally that you need to do this, you're going to do it because you want to feel better. So it's like, it's the same thing. If you tell yourself that I need to practice my hobby to make myself happy, to give myself more energy to keep going, then you would. You would find the time. And depending on what your hobby is, give it the time it needs. And I don't think there's a hobby that takes you a whole day to complete, or it takes you half a day to complete. It's just going to be minutes, maybe hour, not more. Mostly hobbies are this short. So not having time is not really a very solid excuse for me. And the second thing is, you find yourself giving yourself excuses, like, except for the time, you tell yourself, my friends are not supporting me. Because in this way, whenever I'm free and I want to practice my hobby, my friends just don't support me. They don't like my hobby. Or I'm not skilled enough to practice this hobby. I love doing it, but I'm not really good at it. If you're not good at it, then you can just learn how to improve it. And you do not need your friend's support to practice something that you love or that you are happy doing. Because what you love doesn't mean that your friend needs to love it too. So this is something that is independent. You don't have to depend on anyone or anything. You can learn by yourself. Okay? And the last thing is, most people think they should be born with some kind of hobby. No, no, no. You're not supposed to be. Nobody's born with anything. The only thing people are born with is talent. And people who are talented, maybe they get things easier, but people who are hardworking can really overcome them too. So it's not something that you're born with. It's something you need to explore. You need to see yourself, like how or what is it that you enjoy. And I'm gonna give you 5 things or 5 ways that you can think and try to figure out what your hobby is. The first thing is, go back to your childhood. What do you love doing when you were a child? Like for me, when I was a kid, I used to love studying. I mean, yeah, hell, I was a geek. So I used to love studying, and I used to love drawing. I really used to love drawing, sketching to be specific. And I have practiced sketching up until high school, and then maybe a bit in college. But then after that, again, one of the excuses, life got busy and I really didn't think of sketching again. But I found myself recently that when I went back to practicing my hobby, everything changed for me. I was more happy. I was more, because I was just concentrating when I was sketching, and that alone time with my pencil, yeah, that really, really changed a lot in me, you know. So, yeah, go back to your childhood and try to figure out what is it that you used to love. And the second thing you can do is just think of a past hobby that you have and start practicing it again. I'm sure maybe you had some hobby, you know, like not necessarily in your childhood, maybe in your early adulthood, and you can really try to practice those again because for sure you love doing those because they were your past hobbies. And the second thing is, most people will be like, I don't know what I love. I don't know anything about hobbies. I don't even know what the hobbies are. And maybe the most common hobby, when the word hobby comes, normally, I don't know, but for me, the word reading, drawing, sketching, these are the things that really just cross my mind. Or walking, maybe skateboarding, I don't know, skiing. These are the hobbies that come to my mind. But there are tons more of hobbies. Photography, you need to explore. You need to literally go to Google, type a list of hobbies. Wikipedia is alone will give you a list of hobbies. So you can just skim or scan the whole hobbies list and just write down what you like, what seems so appealing to you, what seems very interesting to you, and then just write it down. This, that, and start practicing one by one. And after you practice each one, you're gonna find something that you are very uh, attached to in a closed way. Like this thing is something you really enjoy. Okay. And there is one thing I would like to point out. Most people in this generation, they think that watching TV is a hobby, or surfing the net or the social media is a hobby. All these are not related to hobby because hobby is creativity. You do stuff that makes you become creative. Whereas when you're watching TV, that's just time wasting. You're passing your time. You enjoy doing that just for time passed. Hobbies are stuff that you do and you find creativity in them. You find a different side of you. You're awakening something inside of you. So don't confuse consumption of watching TV or just going out with friends, all these as hobbies, and creativity that is actually is gonna get you somewhere, that it's some kind of skill that you have. So don't just confuse between both. And then next is, like I said, think of something that makes you forget to eat. What is something you can do for a long time and just enjoy it? Just enjoy it, you know? And the last thing is, if you still cannot find your hobby, then what you can do is you can just take an assessment. You will find a lot of online assessment that will try to help you figure out what exactly your hobby is. What do you like doing? Like these assessments will really help you think about your hobby, what it is, something that you're passionate about. Okay, I hope that my tips will help you start. And really, really, my advice for you is just do something. Try to figure out what your hobby is, what you're passionate about, because it is going to change your life. It is going to change the way you even function during your days, in your life, in your normal life, in your job, everything. It's just going to open your mind even more. So I hope that what I said was valuable and you're going to take my tips, and see you all till next week.